see at the beginning of the game specifically?
First place, I would say, with Jesus Christ. Before that, I think our approach to the game has to be better. I think we kind of had the mindset that we could just kind of flip on a light switch and come out and win. You know, versus a team that's kind of struggling. You know, they lost one last night. But they felt like they probably shouldn't have lost, and then they came out with a different mentality. So I would say their approach to the game was a little bit more aggressive than ours. And then obviously, like you said, the ball definitely stuck a lot. I mean, we didn't, especially on the left side of the floor, it was for whatever reason. But we gotta be better at moving bodies, moving the ball, cutting harder, setting better screens, and definitely starting with me. I got to be better all around. So, but as a unit, we definitely, the ball stuck a little bit too much for sure.
Did it come down to they hit first tonight?
Yeah, but it's crazy. You look at the game; they didn't kill us with anything. Like their three balls hurt us. Patty made some tough threes, but it wasn't like we were kind of beating ourselves in a lot of things, especially like our offensive space and turnovers. I think I had like 4 or 5 turnovers, and just our ability to make it tough on Kevin. I think early in the first half, he got a lot of comfortable shots. You know, we just got to be better at making it difficult for him. But offensively, our spacing was bad. A lot of turnovers. So we were kind of beating ourselves for a little bit. Granted, we respect them, but I think we could have controlled a lot of that stuff that could have kept us in the game a little bit better than what it was.
Well, a guy like Kevin, I mean, he's just going to rise up with procedures, and you guys see what he done there before. But I mean, Bruce Brown gets 3 layups in the first 5 minutes transition, not running anything, and then Patty, you know what he's going to do when he comes in, and he does it. Are those the ones that kill you more so than
100%. It's crazy because Coach said earlier we got to keep their role players out the game. You know, Patty, Joe, Bruce, Bembry, all those guys, you know, who come in and have different impacts on the game. You know, Patty came in, was electric. You know, he just did his job. He didn't do anything out of character, didn't do anything spectacular. He just came out, shot the ball with confidence, you know, and we just got to be better with that. And Bruce, we know I always say he's one of the best. He's the best 5 in the league. You know, he sets screens, he rolls, he finishes, he's fine to weak side. He's a true role player. You know, he accepts what they have him do. And like you said, he got out in transition, got a lot of lays, was able to get behind the defense, get some offensive boards too. So it's safe to say they hit us. They hit us a lot more than what we did. Yeah.
What does it take to kind of course correct when maybe you guys don't start with the right energy or focus? Like, can you kind of change that at halftime or at the end of the quarter or something?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is not panic. We don't panic. It's one game. It's one game. And we realized, that was my message after the game, we can't just flip on a light switch. And that's what we tried to do. We tried to turn it up in the second half. You know, we would get stops, went on a good run, almost got it down to 10. But if we'd have did that throughout the first half, you know, the game would have been a lot closer. We'd have been more engaged. So it's just a matter of just being locked in, staying locked in, you know, taking a more serious approach to every single night, knowing that we're not good enough to just come out here and say, okay, we're ready to turn it up. We're not developed like that. So we got to make sure as a team, we're locked into the personnel, to film, to, you know, knowing what guys want to do, knowing their plays, and we got to go out and execute better than what we do.
Did you feel physically moving around with the hip?
I feel good. I feel really good. There's no limitations. I didn't get hit on it, thank God. So I'm good. Good, thank you.
Chase.
Yes, Brad. Wes said that he noticed you guys so far have had a little bit of trouble with switch defense. What's your perspective on that? What do you think you guys need to do, I guess, moving forward?
Communication has to be better. Obviously, schematic-wise, there's some things we can change and kind of be on the same page about, but we still have to talk and communicate, you know. Regardless of what our coverage is, we still have to go out and do it with force and energy. You know, we still didn't, even if we're doing it right, we still weren't doing it aggressive enough, you know, so we just have to be better. I mean, regardless of what our scheme is, it's switching, it's downing, it's, you know, sitting in the middle, whatever it is, we have to do it aggressively and keep the teams from scoring. So honestly, it doesn't matter if it's switching or what defense is, we got to be better at it.
And obviously, one game, you can only evaluate so much from it, but just, you know, playing one of the top teams in the league after so much change on this roster in the offseason, just kind of what do you take away from this?
I like it. I mean, we definitely compete. We're not a soft team. We go out and compete, and obviously we have to be better and we have to be more consistent. And because that's what good teams do, and that's who good teams are. You know, especially on the road, you got to win on the road and protect your house. Granted, we started off 2-0 and we came in tonight kind of a little bit big-headed. And that's what we needed. You know, it kind of kicked us in the ass, and now we get to go back and be humble about it. And now we face a Boston team that's similar to this team that we just faced. You know, they were struggling early on, and they just won one. So now they might have their juices back. But, you know, regardless, we have to control what we control. You know, no matter who we're playing, we have to be better in all aspects of the game.
And it seems like depth and, you know, scoring depth is a strength for you guys. We've seen that through 2 games. Is there anything that needs to be done or can be done to make sure that that actually plays out in a game, or like anything that can be done within a game just to make sure that that actually?
I think it just goes back to the point earlier. I think what Ava asked, just, you know, ball sticking. We have to move the ball. We have a lot of scorers, you know, guys who can shoot the ball. We have to be able to get them more acclimated. Like, we got to get Bertan some shots. You know, we got to get Pope some shots. These are our knockdown shooters. You know, we got to be able to get these guys shots, and that's up to us guards, you know, me, Spence, and Aul and Aaron, and all of us to be able to be better at creating, putting our guys in better positions, getting in the paint and finding those kickouts. You know, so because we don't depend on them to make plays and create off the dribble or tell them to go one-on-one. So we have to be, that's a great question, Chase. We got to be a lot better at that for sure.
Last question to Neil.
Hey, Brad, you didn't have any free throw attempts tonight, which is past 3 seasons. That's only happened twice to you in 2 games.
Damn.
Is that something where you feel like you just weren't getting calls, or you might have been settling a little bit, not driving enough?
A little bit of both. I was actually happy with the threes I took. I looked in the box score, I didn't realize I took damn near 15. I was like, oh, okay, maybe you might have been settling for sure, but I liked it. I like the looks, you know. I was definitely confident in them, and they definitely felt good. And you guys know me, I'll be good. I'll bounce back. But I definitely have to be better for my team in all aspects. And I think me attacking the basket would have been a little bit better, and I could have got to the line and put us in a bonus or created some opportunities for other teammates too. So, I mean, that's a good question, Neil. I mean, I gotta make shots, but I am happy I took that many. I don't think I've ever taken that many from a confidence standpoint, just being out there, just believing in my 3. But definitely, I liked how I felt. Like, I liked the shots I got. I like the shots we got as a team. Obviously, I didn't like the ball sticking, and I was included in that. So we got to be better. We got to be better for sure.